G'day legends, Kiive Audio are back with a new plugin, the XBUS Compressor. Now you might be asking, do I need another compressor? Reese, do we really need more compressor plugins? Well, I reckon you should sit back, check this out and see what you think, because although the XBUS is based on the Allen C2 smart compressor, which is based on an SSL style bus compressor, it's definitely got a unique sound about it. It's got a little bit of attitude, which is really cool. And it also wouldn't be a Kiive Audio plugin if it didn't have a couple of extra bells and whistles, which make it really unique and very useful. So let's go for it. Here's the XBUS compressor. This thing looks great. The GUI is really nice. That's always a plus. Got all the typical settings, threshold, makeup gain. We've got stepped attack times. We've got stepped release times, but then we also have a mod button, which turns both of these into fully variable attack and release times, which is awesome. We've got a wide range of ratios and we've got a mix knob. We've also got our advanced settings down the bottom here. Toggling this switch opens and closes these settings, which opens us up to the sidechain filter of the compressor. So you can add a high pass, you can low pass, and you can also boost or cut a mid frequency band. It makes the compressor react only to a certain range of frequencies, which can actually change the way that the compression sounds and behaves. Down the bottom, we can add saturation, which can either be pre or post to the plugin. We can add odd and even harmonics. There's a tone slider and there's also a mix knob. We also have this headroom knob. When you pull it to the left, it brings the headroom down and the signal gets saturated pretty quickly. If you push it to the right, you give yourself a bit more headroom and the sound is a little bit more open and dynamic. We can run in dual mono, stereo, or mid-side, which we're going to explore all of those features. The plugin can be linked, so changing one of these changes both sides of the plugin, or you can unlink it, and that's great for dual mono or mid-side settings. Up the top, we've got in and out trims and the ability to run over sampling. So let's crank this up. Let's put it in 16 times and see how it goes. If after you watch this demo, you decide that you would like to try XBUS out for yourself, or you're thinking about picking up a copy of it, there is a link in the description below. Using that link does help support this channel, as a small commission from any sale through that link does come back to this channel. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is use this on the mix bus. I'm going to start off with a classic setting here: slowest attack, fastest release, like a 2:1 ratio, and just a couple of dBs of gain reduction. And let's just see how this sounds. That sounds killer. It's just adding a little bit of glue to the track. It's also just reining in the dynamic range a little bit, just making things a little bit more exciting. Okay, let's try another kind of classic setting here, 4:1 ratio. Let's go a auto release and a 10 millisecond attack. Let's see what this sounds like. Pretty cool. You can hear the auto release is a little bit slower, a little bit more grabby sounding. And if we don't want that pumping effect, we can bring the high pass filter in. Let's just bring it up to around maybe 100 Hertz and see how it sounds now. That does sound pretty cool. Now let's put this in dual mono mode so that we can hear how the compressor sounds as it reacts independently to the left and the right signal. This should give us a sense of a bit of a wider mix because the compressor is reacting individually. We're going to hear slight differences on either side of our speakers. That sounds really cool. So I sped up the attack time, fast release time, brought the ratio down to 3:1, and mix knob back to around 65%. That was a really nice sound. So just tweaking the parameters a little bit, you can really dial this in and get it sounding great. And dual mono sounds really great on this. And I know there's a lot of mixers out there who swear by using a dual mono compressor on their mix bus. Okay, sticking with these settings, let's go over to mid side mode. We're going to unlink this. Now, I'm going to leave our mid channel, which is now our left-hand side here. I'm going to leave that alone, leave these settings as they are. I'm going to play with these side settings now over on our right. And let's see if we can add a bigger sense of width to this track. So that's pretty cool. Just compress the sides a little bit harder, sped the attack time up a bit, and just put it in a higher ratio, and then just cranked the makeup gain a little bit, and that brings the sides up, and you can hear the mix sounds really wide. This compressor really sounds great on this. So on mix bus duties, XBUS is absolutely killing it. Okay, and another place I love to use these style plugins is on the drums, of course. I feel like mix bus and drums are kind of like my two favorite places to use a plugin like XBUS. Now, let's see if we can get a really aggressive compression sound on our drums that adds a lot of energy to them. So I'm just going to keep it in stereo mode, and let's just see if we can crush these up a bit. I'm going to use the attack and release mods for fully variable attack and release times for this. Hear how as I pulled that headroom knob to the left, you could hear the track gets a little bit more saturated. That's really cool. There's a lot of energy in that now. That's really cool. Let's hear this in the context of the mix. Wow, those drums are slamming now. That sounds really cool. It's really bringing a lot of energy with that faster release time. We're still letting a bit of transient attack through. Just having the mix knob at about 30% is making it not too aggressive, but that 20:1 ratio is really slamming it. The overall flavor and aggression that this is adding to these drums with these settings is really cool. I love that I'm hearing the cymbals a little bit more kind of like they're just pumping in there just the right amount. Like sometimes you get cymbals in the mix and they just kind of get a little bit lost, but they do add a lot of energy when you get that just right in the mix. I feel like this is making the drums sound like someone's sitting there and absolutely smashing them, which gives the song the energy it needs. Awesome. What if we put this in dual mono? Let's have a listen to what that sounds like. actually sounds really great in dual mono as well. So I think this plugin nails that sound. It's so good. Okay, maybe just one more drum bus setting here, just something a little bit simpler, a little bit more standard. We've got a 3 millisecond attack time, a 0.1 second release time, and then we also have a 3:1 ratio. Little bit of high pass filter just so the kick isn't reacting quite as much with the subby frequencies. We've got that at about 60 Hertz, and then just a couple of dBs of gain reduction. That sounds nice too. It's adding a nice snap to the snare drum. You hear the transient gets a little crackier. I really vibe with that. I think that's really great. Just gives the drums that little bit of extra punch. Okay, and one last bit of fun here. Check out how dramatic the changes to this mix once I take this off the mix bus and the drum bus. Have a listen to how much punch this mix loses. I mean, what? That's just on the drums and the mix bus, and that's making a huge difference to the punchiness of this mix. That's awesome. So Kiive Audio never disappoints. I think that's a great sounding compressor plugin. If you guys want to check this out for yourself, make sure you hit that link in the description below. Kiive Audio offer a 14-day free trial, so it's always worth doing the trial, checking it out, see if you like the plugin for yourself, and then if you do, grab a copy of it. And if you do grab a copy using that link in the description below, it does help this channel out, as that is an affiliate link and a small commission does come back to this channel. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support this channel, you can check out the link in the description below to my website. Go and pick yourself up a sample pack or a mixing course. That's just an awesome way of showing your support. If you want to check out another awesome plugin from Kiive Audio, then check out this next video coming up.